I have been asking myself this question. Why is there so many successful single men in their, I'll say, late 30s and 40s, and they are single? And I want to hear your comments, but I have realized that women are not the only one, who have a list of what they desire from a man, what they expecting their partner to have. We usually tend to think that woman is the only one who will say, I need a man to be tall, skinny, muscle man, to have money, to have this, to have that. We are the one who create a list. But I found out that men also have the list. The difference is they do not write it down, they do not share it with others, but they have it in their head. So, some of those successful men who, for the most part, I watch a lot of them, they have either like podcasts or events that I go to, or they are people that I admire. I like to see how they evolve, how they have grown in life. But as I listen to them speaking, I realize that they too have a list. And that's the reason why they are single. Because if you create a list for how you, not that anything is wrong creating a list, you have to have your expectation. But if you, every time you meet someone, you have to check a box to see if they fit the box, you might miss out on your blessing. Because because you're successful, you might see your friends who are married, who have their relationship, everything is going well for them, and you feel like, oh, I like the way they involve with their partner. She has this, that. Or we women, we might also do it like he has this, that. I would like my husband to have this, that. I would like my wife to have this, that. The same way as my friend. But then, how you gonna know they have it until you enter into the relationship with them? Or if you want the person to already be set because you are set, because in your opinion, if they already have it all together, they're not gonna want what you have. What make you think that? It's all subjective. You might find a woman who doesn't have any money, who doesn't own anything, but she's a good woman. Same for women if you're looking for men, but now that today that I'm talking to those successful men who looking for a woman who already have it all set, thinking that because she already have it all set, she's not gonna be looking at what you have, because you think that the woman who do not have is the one that's supposed to be the gold digger, when it's still subjective. The one who has doesn't mean that they don't need more, they don't want more, they don't want part of what you have, they don't want all that you have. And the one who do not have doesn't mean that they are after what you have. They might be the woman who really want to build a relationship, who really want to build a family, who really want to live a life and take care of you, who really want to nurture you. Since you are already on the path of growing, you're already growing. If this woman is willing to nurture you, to help you reach your destiny, and she might be this woman that was born to help you build, but not the one that is going neck to neck with what you are building. But sometimes, because we are successful, we are looking for somebody that is successful, because we figure if they are doing, like, if they are jumping on the plane as I'm jumping on the plane, if they are have speaking engagement like I have speaking engagement, they are successful like I'm successful. If I have a business and they have a business, if they have this and that, so we are in the same like line. You think that this is the person that really fit you, when truly they might not be the person that fit you, because they might actually become your competition because you guys are doing the same thing. Versus if they're not doing the same thing as you, but they are nurturing what you're doing. As long as this person is helping you grow, they are not stopping your growth, they are not diminishing your growth. They are, if they don't have what you have, doesn't mean that they are not the one or they cannot be the one. Think about it. In my days, how I grew up, can you believe I'm 16 and I said my days? But in my days, truly, in my days, I've seen men, our brothers, our four brothers. I remember I grew up with my mom and my dad in the same, household. And I've seen how my dad, he was the provider. My mom had a business and then she ended up closing her business, and my dad was the provider. And I've seen my dad, running his business, getting the money, and just send it to my mom. And she was the one taking care of everything. And she took care of everything. She stewarded the money and his gift, because my God, dad was really gifted at what he was doing. She stewarded him, uplift him, you know. And I've seen my brothers, they will date women who weren't at their level, and then they will, uplift the woman, bring them at their level. They never check and say, oh, you're not meeting my requirement, you are too, you're not at the same class, the same level. They never did it. So now to see that some successful men, when they're speaking, because I don't know these people, but I hear the way they speak, it's like, I want my woman to have this, to have that, to be this, to be that. But baby, have you ever wondered why some of those celebrities, when they both in alignment with each other, they both successful making the money, but they get into a relationship or marriage and they get into a divorce? Have you ever asked yourself those questions? You know, because they both have it all together. Why are they getting divorced? But you will see somebody will take somebody, that is not in the same line of um in the same industry. They will marry someone that is, a regular person, not in the same industry, not an actor, not somebody that is, a celebrity. And then you will hear that they have 30, 40, 50 years together. They pick somebody that is the right fit for them. They weren't picky. They didn't have a list. They find somebody, they love the person, and they rock with it. So I want you to ask yourself those questions. If you are a single man and you are in your late 30s, you're in your 40s, 50s, and you find yourself, you're still single, ask yourself, am I too picky? Do I have a list in my head, but I'm just acting as if I haven't found the right woman? Ask yourself those questions. Are you, haven't you find her? Are you thinking that this woman, that when they send you a DM, you check their page and you're like, oh, they cannot be the one? Instead of asking God, can she might is she might be the one? Or you just check and you say she can't be the one, just because you don't see the profile doesn't meet your expectation. Or you meet her on the street, you meet her at an event or whatever, and you're like, she cannot be the one. She doesn't, no, she cannot be the one. How do you know that she cannot be the one? If you have never sat down with her in a restaurant, you never had a conversation with her, how do you know if she is not the one? I want you to meet me in the comments below. Let's go.